What's up, guys? This is Higgins from Legal Animations. I'm on a quest to try out every filament in every color, and today we're taking a look at Polymaker's PETG in dark purple. So one of the things I love about Polymakers, they send you their filament in this metal reusable dry bag. The reason why this is so great, especially for beginners, is if you don't have a good drying system set up, basically you can make sure that your filament doesn't get moisture or anything like that, and that can degrade over time. But yeah, so this is the dark purple. Love the color for PTG. It's going to be great to see what the prints finally look like. Anyway, as you know, here at Legal Animations, we're going to chuck this into the dryer for 6 hours. Basically make sure it's all dry from the factory and everything. Alright, as you know, here at Legal Animations, we always start with working with a new filament by printing a benchy. So I've gone ahead and opened up Bambu Studio and put in the benchy thing, as well as go ahead and get the color right and go start with the generic PETG. This gives a pretty good baseline for us, so we're going to go ahead and get that sliced and see how long it should take. Looks like it'll take just under an hour, which is great news for this particular filament. So I'm going to go ahead and get that printed up, sent over, and we'll take a look. And the benchy looks absolutely beautiful. There's no real issues there. The color is perfect. Honestly, I would say that you probably don't need to do anything beyond the generic profile, but we're still going to go through the test anyway, just in case. And there's a little issue with maybe the back text, but honestly, most people don't know that there's the thing on the back text and some roughness at the top pipe. So we're going to take a look. Next up, we printed up the 40mm cube in base mode. This gives a good dimensional accuracy. Again, turned out very well, nice shiny, no real issues or defects that I could see. Next, we ended up doing the temperature tower. And so for Polymaker's PETG, I tend to focus around 240. They tend to be the less stringy areas, plus no real globbing on the spike there. And this turned out well, just good to see that. Next up, did the retraction test, and there was no issues with the retraction test, no stringing between the two towers there. As you know, here at Legal Animations, we then go through the max volumetric speed test. And for this one ended up being, not failing around 28 millimeters. So that's just good to have in mind, which is very quick for PTG and very good. The one thing though, the overhang test, and I tried bringing this out a couple of times, kept lifting from the build plate, and I couldn't figure out exactly why. Cleaned build plate, tried a different build plate. It just seemed to stop and work at 50. So that might be something to kind of be on the lookout for. Just I need to do a little bit more testing, but right now it was very unusual because I've had other darker colors, but for whatever reason this dark purple had this issue. So I don't know if maybe it was me, something like that. We all make mistakes. It's not that big of a deal. Just kind of one of the things to look out for. And then we ended up printing another benchy once we got things a little dialed in. This one you can see very clearly the back text there, as well as dealing with some of the roughness that you saw on the smokestack for the benchy. So overall, I'd say that. All right, so over on Amazon, you can get this right now at the time of filming for $19.99. I think it's a pretty good price. It's pretty standard amongst Polymaker's PETG. Again, beautiful color. It's one of my favorites from them. This tells you a little bit more about it on the Amazon website, but if you're just looking at getting into PETG as a filament to work with, I think that you can't go wrong with Polymaker right now, and especially for this price point. So just something good to kind of keep in mind. As for the filament itself, it looks great. I love it. This is something where, really do like. So, as you know, I'm a relatively new channel, so please hit the like, comment, subscribe buttons, all the good YouTube things. Share with your friends if you know about, if they're interested in 3D printing. But yeah, again, this is Legal Automations, I'm Higgins, and I will hopefully see you on the next one. Thanks.